What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to episode 13 of Joel's CoachCast. And I know it's 13 because I actually did what I should have done last week and went and looked and seen how many I've done. So, lucky number 13. So, happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a great week. This is like our first, it's our second full week into February. So, we're already rolling. I mean, January, seemed to take a while to get through, but now February's rolling and we're in the throes of winter everywhere. I feel like, except for unless you live in Florida, which is great, good for you because it's rain in Southern California and it sucks. That's why I have my sweatshirt on. I don't care what anybody says about the Rams losing the Super Bowl. Yes, the better team won, but I still love my Rams and love this sweatshirt. So that's why I'm wearing it. It's my CoachCast, so I can wear whatever I want. All right, so let's get into this. And I'm excited. I'm excited about every CoachCast, but this one's going to be fun because my guest tonight is not only just awesome and fun to listen to and talk to, but she just has an amazing sense of humor and is just very real. And through everything that I do with myself and my world and who I try to surround myself with, this is definitely a person that I choose to bring into that world because she is so real. So with that said, let me do all my little buttons here and push add. Then a second, and it's waiting. And then it'll say connecting. And then, as always, we are waiting for a second. And ta-da! There's Mrs. Cinthanie McAllister. And for anybody who's wondering, yes, there is actual in the middle of her name. And she is also known not just as Mrs. McAllister, but also the queen of the booty popping pictures. And you are also wearing something that must have to do with Valentine's Day.
That has to do with Valentine's Day.
What? That's
what?
That's your Tuesday. Oh, that's your Wednesday outfit. Oh, okay, cool.
Tomorrow.
I know. I don't have a Wednesday outfit like you. I need to get one. I'm slacking in my sweatshirt. So, Cinthanie, how are you, man? How's everything going?
It's going. And for those of you, if you're asking why I'm going like this, it's because I have a hammock in my house, and that's just where I'm at. So,
oh, you know what? So you're sitting on a hammock, but you know what? It looks like you have wings on.
Oh, hey.
I seriously thought for a second that you had angel wings that had Cupid wings that had something to do with Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Oh, that's why you were saying Valentine's Day outfit. I was like, Joel, we didn't rehearse this. It's
all coming together.
So see, look, it's a hammock.
It's a hammock.
No, I did not. You thought I showed up in a costume?
That's what I was a little.
I'm extra, but not that extra.
I thought I knew you, but clearly, yeah, now I do. Okay, so look, and there's other people saying there were wings too, so that's pretty funny. Okay, so more importantly, I guess the bigger question is what? You don't have a hammock in your house, people? How do you not? That's awesome. Okay, all right, so.
Makes so much more sense now. Okay.
And you know what? That's how we'd like to start this off. Okay, look. So, you and I have known each other for a while now, and you have, you've come into the Beachbody world, and you're having a great time, and you are not what some people might think is a typical Beachbody coach, which is one of my favorite things about you. And but let's just start at the beginning as we always do, and tell the people a little, quick little intro about you and what really brought you into the Team Beachbody world.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey girl, hey. For my people that are here from my page, they know what that means because they're my people. But, I'm still sitting here cracking up about the fact that you legit thought I showed up with angel wings on.
And everyone is going to see that now. That's what everyone is looking at. And
that's
what everyone thinks that you have Cupid wings on your back right now.
So, my name is Cinthanie McAllister. I have been a coach for 5 years. But we're going to talk about this. The day that you become a coach and the day that you start coaching is very different. So I have been signed up as a coach for 5 years, but I've made my $15 a month donation, if you will, with my business service fee for about 2 years before I did something with it. So I came into coaching because my mother-in-law is actually my coach, and you guys can probably guess who she is. Just connect the dots. That's your homework tonight. Right. So I came in because I saw her killing it. And I just did not have a lot going for me in my life at that time. I didn't have like a lot of strong like female figures just because of who I surrounded myself with. And so she was super inspiring to me / terrifying to me because she was my boyfriend's mom at the time. And like, y'all, the woman is ripped. I was so intimidated by her, like terrified of her. But so I also like kind of thought it would be my in to like get her to like me is like if I did something that she likes, you know? So I totally came into coaching with, I think, the wrong expectations and the wrong reasons, but have stayed for all of the better reasons, if you will.
So let's talk about so the very beginning. So you signed up as a coach, and then as you said, yes, there's a difference between signing up as a coach and giving your monthly donation versus when you actually start your coaching business. So what was it? So let's just talk about that. What was it that made you finally decide, okay, this is time to try to make this work for me?
You know, I can't say that there was like a specific just like aha moment. I think I just grew up, to be honest, because when I signed up as a coach, I was 20 years old. And like, I just like, homegirl just did not like have it all together to run a business at the time. And so I didn't like, I was a coach, but I didn't do anything. And so I don't even want to say that there was like an aha moment, but I think I just grew into the opportunity. And even though I wasn't doing things with the business, I was like community AF, like went to Super Saturdays, was on team calls, like even though I wasn't doing anything, like I just loved to be involved. And so I think that's what just kind of drew me in more and more is that like, okay, like if I love this community and I'm pouring into it, like I'm sure I can get something out of it if I apply myself. So it was just more of like, I know it's like that total like be a part of something bigger than yourself, but legit, like it was something bigger than me. And I liked that because I liked the idea of being different than what I felt like at the time. Because I always felt really out of place. And so this was like a community that I felt like just was like so warm and embracing. And I felt like I could just grow, if you will. Like I felt like it was an environment that I could thrive in.
So you saw the positivity and that real aspect of it. And look, you're in the Dallas area, and the Dallas that Beachbody world in Dallas is phenomenal, and you've got some amazing people like Melissa and Danielle and Tanya. So you've got some great people there. And unfortunately, that's not the case for everybody. But but let's talk about, so once you finally say, okay, I'm in, and let's make this work. Let's talk about the first. Let's talk about a couple things that you ran into in terms of your barriers. What were your barriers when you first finally like, I'm gonna try to make this work?
I was afraid of hard work. I really was. And like, that shit doesn't fly as a coach, you guys. Joel told me that I needed to, so I tried to be respectable of Joel's following because like he mentioned, I am not your typical coach. I let my flag fly. So I have as colorful language as I do a personality. So I want to not distract you guys, but I'm just going to give you forewarning. I get passionate,
that's the disclaimer.
Sometimes
that's the disclaimer, so you're good to go.
So I was afraid of hard work. Like I was more afraid of putting myself out there, which I think is a part of hard work as a coach. I was very, very, very fearful because like I said, I just never felt like I really fit even growing up, and that definitely poured into my adulthood. And so I was like, okay, the community likes me as I am, but what's going to happen like if I actually try to run the business like these other amazing people and I fail and then they don't like me anymore? Like what happens then? Like what if I fail? And so I really allowed fear to control me just because I was surrounded by, like you said, I'm in an area where like the coaches are amazing, like super amazing. And most of them were double my age with double my success. And like, I really allowed that to be intimidating instead of inspiring for a really long time. And so I think it's a shift in perspective of having to decide how you take in your community and the people around you and in this business, and whether you let them intimidate you or inspire you.
So, and which is great because this is a huge, there's so much intimidation in what we do when it comes to health and fitness. And now, it's one thing not having a support system around you, which is obviously that's, step number one for a lot of people. You have to have some sort of support around you to feel that you can succeed on that. And you have that, and that's what's great. So then let's talk about once you then you started posting, and
Yeah.
that is a whole different type of judgment zone and that type of world. And unfortunately, there's the haters, there's the assholes that like to comment and make rude comments and things like that. So, and you are not one to shy away from that by any means. If nothing else, it makes you post even more stuff going that direction. So what is it that you learned as a newer coach, and in your learnings as you go through and you post these things and you get the haters? Because that's, the reason I'm asking is because there's so many people that ask me all the time in this world, and you probably get it too, is like, how do you get past that? How do you get past someone trying to knock you down and giving you a shitty comment? How do you get past that?
So again, like I said, I think it's all about perspective. I really, like, in the beginning, I couldn't handle it. And that's why I didn't put myself out there, because I was scared, like, what would people think of me? Like, I put myself out there and like pretend to be an expert, and then someone comes to me asking me for help and I don't know anything, like, then what's going to happen, And so I definitely think having the mindset of the fact that you don't have to be an expert about anything. You just need to be an advocate for other people. And so I think when you take that, when I at least took that expectation away of that I have to be an expert, and just decided that like I could take a backseat with the kind of people that I want to build a business with, it allowed me to be more myself, because I'm not an expert. Like I will tell you, like, macros sometimes still I'm like, wait, what? Like, it's not, like, it's just not my passion. Like, people are my passion, not fitness, but the two and two are obviously married in this business. And so definitely going from thinking that I had to be an expert to becoming an advocate for people that are like me, that are maybe the misfits or the little bit louder wild heart people, like, that is what allowed me to get into a position where I feel like I could deal with, like, if someone has shit to say to you, okay, like, there are so many people with keyboard courage, you guys. Like, you can't, it's not that serious. It's an app. Like, you just can't, like, it's got spit wads off a battleship. Like, you've got to, that, you cannot let what other people say about you take away from your purpose here on social media as a coach. It's not about you and what people have to say about you. It's not. It's about what you can do for other people. And the minute that you allow somebody's negative comments to, like, make you wonder and, like, wonder if you're worth it or wonder if you're good at it, like, you are taking away from the people that you can help, because you're allowing someone with keyboard courage that's very small, I promise, somewhere else in the world, to take you away from serving your purpose. Like, just not worth it. Like, okay, somebody has something mean to say to you, so what? I'm going to sleep in the same bed tonight. I'm going to still have the great husband that I have, like, still going to have the same friends. And if people have mean things to say about you or they don't support you, they're just not their tribe. That is nature's way of weeding out the people that just don't deserve your energy, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. And so, two main things I hope people really heard. One was, you do not, there's so many people that think they have to be an expert when it comes to everything that is going on as a team Beachbody coach. And this is something I've said for a long time. You guys, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to, as you say, you have to be an advocate and just know where to find the stuff. Like, the information is there. You don't have to create fitness programming. We do it for you, and you don't have to know. You don't have to create Shakeology. You have Darren and Isabel doing that. Like, there's experts out there. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I use that term loosely for me, but everyone else is. There's so many experts out there that are bringing this information to you, and you just are advocating that information and help disseminating that across all these different platforms. And the second thing is, look, this keyboard courage, and look, like, there's people even just now commenting on this that are just butt heads that have nothing else to do. It hasn't even nothing to do with them. And even in a post I did today, 2 people misread what I wrote, and it became a bigger thing. It wasn't even something, and that can get to you. Trust me, it's easy. I deal with it on a daily basis too, where you're just like, you're like, ooh, and then you're like, your thumbs are starting to cramp up because you want to respond so badly, and then just be like Elsa and let it go, because there's seriously. There's just no reason for it. Yeah, be like Elsa, let it go.
But at the times that, like, okay, so if somebody does have something to say to you and you feel like you can respond, but twist it in a way that will add value to other people, to instill belief and courage in themselves, instead of just giving attention to somebody's negative comment. Like, if you're going to respond in a way that is going to be thought-provoking to other people, that maybe, like, your purpose as a coach, especially on social media, is to be a bright light for other people. Like, that is, like, what draws people in, is our energy, the bright and bold of our community. And so if you can inspire somebody to have that bright and boldness within them, that's what brings out the coach side of a customer. That's what brings out the power in somebody to be able to feel like they're empowered enough to, you know, go after their health or whatever. And I think that's why people get a kick out of following me, is because I just don't take people's shit. And if I'm not going to take it, if I am going to publicly talk about it, like, it's going to be in a way that is going to add value to someone and not just air dirty laundry and shed light on a situation that doesn't deserve energy, you know?
Right. So let's talk about let's talk about that in the world of people following you and things like that, because so there are so many questions that come in all the time, like, hey, I'm just starting out and I'm posting and I'm not getting any likes, and I can't do the swipe up feature, you know, but yet other coaches, you know, the successful ones can, because they have over 10,000, you know, like all these different things, right? You don't have the swipe up feature.
Yeah. So like, I love, like, let's talk about it, Joel. So, and
I know you want to, which is why I led you into that.
Yes, because here's the thing. I love to serve tough love. And here's my thing, you guys. I have less than 10K followers. I have no freaking swipe up auction, but that does not mean you cannot build a successful business. It drives me freaking crazy when people are like, well, when my social media grows, then I'll build a business. How are you going to build that, like, that social media following if you're not posting anything that adds value? How are you, like, people are so worried about bringing in the masses instead of taking care of the captivated audience that you already have. Whether it's 200 people or 2,000 or 200,000, if you're not taking care of the audience that you already immediately have, what do you think you're going to do with more eyeballs on you? You think that you're going to learn then 200,000 eyes on you? Like, no, like, you have to take care of people, and you have to use social media as a referral program. So you want to be adding value and sharing your process in a way that is going to make people refer their friends to follow you and tune into your process. So you can't grow unless you grow, if that makes sense. So, like, you have got to grow into your post. Grow into your process by sharing it on social media, whether it's to 2 people, or it's the only way that you will grow. So, like, I feature, okay, there's so many free in my bio, send me a message here, email me, like, be resourceful instead of paying attention to what you think you don't have. Use the freaking resources that you do have until you get resources that you have at whatever level, and you think you are at a certain point. Like, boo, you dreaming. You have to work now to get
And look, the swipe, I'll tell you guys right now, the swipe up feature, I have it, and I use it, you know, I use it for certain things, obviously, to share links and stuff. But you guys, I can look at the insights, and it doesn't make or break anything. I can promise you that. It's just a convenience. That's all it really comes down to. It's a convenience, and it's not going to make or break it, but it's the content that you're posting. Some of the content, the best posts that I get are the ones that people want to interact with. It's the same thing that Cinthanie does. Is her best posts are the ones that make people want to interact with you and share it and talk with you, right? Yeah, so that's what it comes down to on that one. You're breaking up for a second. Let's see. I wonder what's going on with that. But all right. So what else on this? So you're again. So you're talking. We have so many coaches that are just always looking for help and guidance, and a lot of times, we talk about, like, look, it comes down to consistency. It comes down to having to act like this is a business. This is something that you have to continuously do on a daily basis. So what tips would you tell people to really think about, like, if they're just starting out and they're not really too sure where to get rolling from, where would you tell them how to pick up some momentum? Maybe I lost you. Let me see. Are you there? She's frozen. I think the Elsa comment froze her. Let me see. We can always get her back on that one. Let's see. Hold on. Let me. So we're going to pull her off, and then we're going to put her back in. All right, so hold on a second. Let's see if we can do this. Sometimes, hey, look, you know what? It's internet. It's Wi-Fi. You never know what's going on with this stuff. Hang on a second. Let's see if she's coming back. She's breaking up. I know, guys. She's breaking up. She's frozen. She's gone.
Bye. Sorry.
There you are. Okay. All right.
Sorry.
I didn't know if the Elsa comment froze you completely.
Oh my gosh.
Bad joke. I know. Sorry. Okay. So let me just say it again on my question. So for you, there's so many coaches that are always asking about like, hey, I don't know how to share my life. I'm scared of talking on camera. I'm scared of taking a picture of myself in anything but less than than a t-shirt. Like, what would you? I mean, how do you tell? What do you tell people that? Because I'm sure you get that from your team all the time. Like, how do you tell someone to put themselves out there if they're scared to put themselves out there?
Yeah. So that's a really good question. And here's the tough love again. It's not about you. It's about who you can help. So instead of thinking, what will people think? Instead, think, what can I do for others by sharing that? If I share my certain body type or things that I struggle with, like, so for me, like you mentioned, like in your post about leading up to this, like queen of the booty pop or whatever, but like I put out a very vulnerable post the other day. Like, yeah, I may have like a bigger backside, but it's not perfect. Like there's definitely cellulite and things there. And like sharing that was so validating for so many people, because I think people start to hold themselves to a certain standard when social media comes into play. And so if you can be that rushing voice of reason for them, that's like, hey, like I'm over here and like I'm not always filtered. I don't always look perfect. Like I come on camera with zits, pimple, because like that's just it's exhausting to try to how you are. It really, really is. Like, and being like, if you aren't true to yourself in the way that you post and the way that you post on your story, attract your type of people. You're going to attract the wrong people and then be surrounded by people that aren't really like you, who weren't really
right
like you. So authenticity, honesty is the best policy. And I'm not saying air your help. And so I think see a need, fill a need. So for me, like I didn't feel like there was a lot of coaches that are like me in the sense that I'm very free in what I say because I felt like I had to hold myself to a certain like level of professionalism because I'm a coach, like, but that's so not it. Like I'm Cinthanie, but coaching is something that I do. And so I lead with who I am versus what I do as a coach. And so just leading with who you are, who is the type of person that you would want to follow on social media? Again, if you see a need for somebody to be more authentic, your type of body type or your type of personality, be the person to set those wheels in motion. So honestly, just sharing what's on your heart and being true to yourself and being okay with that. Get your personal development in. There's no freak way you're going to be okay with being you without your personal development. Like, promise you. Even a year ago, I would not say the things that I do and share the way had it not been for personal development and that growth.
Yeah, and that's a great suggestion. It comes down to doing. Look, you've done what you need. You did what you need to do for you to be comfortable in putting yourself out there, and hopefully everyone brings that as a takeaway from this today too. Whether it be personal development or really understanding the fact what you said earlier about not having to be an expert. But be an advocate for what we do in the Beachbody world. But most importantly, you guys, look, you have to remember that what we are doing right now, this video, this is 2D, right? It's two-dimensional. It's just surface level. And in the world of Instagram and the world of social media, I think she's frozen again, but I'm going to talk for a second. In the world of Instagram and the world of social media, everything is it's very two-dimensional. It's very just surface level. It's just straight up. Most of the time people are just posting what they want you to see, and it's usually filtered, right? There's filters, there's angles, and once we get Cinthanie back, we'll talk about that for a second, but it's all about the angles and how you can make your booty pop, and we joke about that, but that's, the majority of the high level influencers, the ones that have millions of followers, if you look, we lost you, we'll bring it back in a second, but if you look at the people who have millions of followers, most of them, so I don't want to say all, I try to stay away from absolutes, but most of them don't have a bad picture. And they're not, I don't want to say they're not real, but you don't really see the real side of them. You don't see what they look like when they wake up and what they look like go to bed without any makeup or things. You only see the best side of the people. And look, that's a visual aspect of it. And that's why they have millions of followers. So, but that's not going to be what is going to drive people to follow you and follow you into what you're trying to do, which is make their lives better, right? And help give them healthier and happier. Good Lord, words are hard sometimes. All right, Cinthanie, you're back before your Wi-Fi breaks up again.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's bandwidth, man. Hey, it's too much bandwidth for your Wi-Fi to handle is us two together. That's pretty much what's happening. Okay.
Too much power.
So, all right, so here we go. Final thoughts, final words of wisdom for people who, I want you to speak specifically to the coaches who are struggling with feeling that they need to be feeling authentic and feeling, being scared of being a little bit vulnerable.
Again, like I said, it's not about you, it's about who you can help. So if you wish there was somebody, you just wish there was someone that would make you feel brave, that's what you need to be doing for other people. You need to instill that belief. And I think that's why I've been able to just like I said, let my freak flag fly, if you will, because like I have so many people that resonate with it, and there are definitely people that are like, it does not speak to them, and that's okay. Like, bless and release you. God bless. I'm not the person to help you. So don't be afraid of casting your net thinking you need to bring in the masses. You need to bring in your people. So you're not talking to everybody. You're not trying to make everybody like you. You're trying to connect with people that need you. So you want your type of person to crave your energy, and it's not because you want them to come on as a coach to be you. It's because you want them to come on as a coach that you can instill power within them. Like, you can bring out their power, not make a mini version of yours. One other thing too, though, that I think is really important as a coach, you're not above learning. No matter where you're at in the business, you are not above learning. You are not above the CoachCast. So if you want to be a coach, you need to remain coachable.
Yeah, you gotta keep learning, and you guys, I still learn things on a daily basis. Look, I'm not a coach. I am a trainer for Beachbody, but I've been in the health and fitness industry since I was 19, and the reason that I have gotten to this point, and I still learn every single time. We did quarter force, learned a whole lot of stuff, and did lift forward, learned a whole lot of stuff, and now even doing this. This is like my new project right now, these CoachCasts, and this has been fun, and I learned something new from every single person that comes on every single week, and different ways of thinking about things. And this is honestly has become like my personal development is doing these CoachCasts. So hopefully that's everyone else is benefiting from that too. So Cinthanie, thank you so much, my dear. She's frozen again. It's her Wi-Fi is just too much awesomeness with two people apparently on it. So but that's okay. She's still gonna be able to hear me and watch this. So but she was phenomenal, and thank you so much for being on for that. And Cinthanie, I will see you in less than a week. And speaking of being on, oh, here she is. Let's see, we can get her one more time. Come on, Wi-Fi, let's do it. You got this. We can do it. I believe in you. I believe in your Wi-Fi.
I am so sorry. This is wild.
It's okay. All right, we're gonna up your bandwidth next time, and I tell you what. So, but look, we're gonna do this again next Wednesday. But we're gonna bring on Melissa because why? Where are we gonna be next Wednesday?
We're gonna be in Switzerland.
We're gonna be in Switzerland. That's right. So Brianna and I, we're heading with the McAllisters and family. We're going to Switzerland, guys. We're going skiing. So we're gonna do a in-person CoachCast with Cinthanie and Melissa. Anybody else who wants to be on, Brianna wants to be on too. We'll just do a big group, and it'll be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be great. Look, you guys, surround yourself with people who build you up. That's what this is all about. Cinthanie, thank you so much for being on. I love your hammock, aka Cupid wings. Those things are awesome. And I will see you next week.
Bye. Thank you so much.
All right. And then on cue, look who just woke up as well, little Chloe. So she was behind me the whole time, and she just finally decided to wake up. So anyway, you guys, look, so episode 13, hey, it was 13. There you go. So that's something had to happen because it was the 13th episode. So next week we're going to be doing, the time might change a little bit. I'll be posting about that because we are going to be halfway across the world over in Switzerland, getting a little skiing and some quality time in with friends and family. But we're going to try to do a CoachCast next Wednesday on this channel, of course, and I will make sure to post times and everything like that. But we're going to be doing it live from the Swiss Alps, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So as always, Make sure you share this stuff. All these episodes, we've got 12 of them now. 13 after this one is uploaded on my YouTube channel. And, you know, guys, there's so much good stuff. There's so much good information from all these different coaches. And Carl did one, and Autumn was on, and Danielle and Tony and Tanya and Jatana, the Fitzpatrick. I mean, there's just Ilana from 2B Mindset. There's just so much. There's so much more coming. So thank you guys for watching. Stay with it. And I'm going to go take the trash out in the rain. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks so much.